Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is your man, Big B, Brian Hanley. Welcome to Steelers Almighty post game of the Pittsburgh Steelers 35-25 defeat to the Green Bay Packers. Ladies and gentlemen, ugly, 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 ugly. I don't know how else to categorize that football game other than it was just downright ugly. Um, the Steelers defense again can't stop the Packers. Um, Jordan Love carved him up, spit him out, decided he wanted seconds, 8 seconds, spit those out. It was absolutely a destruction in the second half. And it's twofold for me. Twofold in one, the defense sucks. Let's just get that out in the open. The players suck. The schematics suck. Everything about the defense is absolutely terrible. And I don't want to hear anything else about any of it other than the defense is terrible. It's Mike Tomlin. It's Terrell Austin. It's TJ Watt. It's Cam Hayward, Jalen Ramsey. Everybody that plays on the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is awful right now. Absolutely awful. And that's where the problem lies. Now, you can try to defend this and you can try to defend that, but there is no defending any of it. They're awful. Arthur Smith, I thought, gotten away. We'll break it all down, man. We'll break it all down. Again, we got these two super chats. Nofo. Austin will be fired this week. I think he might. I think Terrell Austin might be fired this week. I think that's a good comment. So that might be something that happens down the line here. Wicked NC said, we just got over last week's BS, and here comes this week. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, my man, again, thank you all for supporting the channel. It said everybody had career games on the Steelers. Yes, they did. It was ugly. I don't think wide receiver 2 would help with D like that. No. No. Absolutely not. And Mr. Dodd, who was in the watch party with us, thanks for supporting us. He said he needs to be fired this week. Yeah. So, again, if you want your comment, question, or rant up on the screen, you know how to do that. Super chats are wide open, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to talk about, obviously. Members always get their comments and questions up there. Let's look at some members here. Mr. Lawrence, he said, I finally come to the conclusion that we need a new culture. You couldn't have said it any better, Lawrence. Couldn't have said it any better. You know, couldn't have said it any better. It's time for something to change. It's not going to get any better if you don't change something. It won't get better unless something changes. That's all I'm saying. Cochran couldn't muster a defense for what happened tonight. No. No, Johnny Cochran couldn't. No, Johnny Cochran couldn't. Colts will get Austin fired. He might. He might. Here's the deal, is everybody's at fault. And I'll start at the very top with Art Rooney, because Art Rooney has allowed all of this nonsense to go on. He's allowed it. Now, look, I'm not giving up on the season because the Steelers are still in first place. So I'm not giving up on the season, and I'm not being overly dramatic. But the defense this is the worst defense. This is as bad as it was with the Killer Bees. It's that bad. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember those defenses that we thought, man, if you could just stop somebody, we'd win the Super Bowl. And they couldn't. It's that bad. And the players are not any good in this defense. Like, it didn't work. You brought in Darius Slay, not any good. Jalen Ramsey doesn't do enough. Can't play man-to-man coverage anymore. You know, I just TJ Watt, you paid him all that money. Can't rush the passer anymore. Cam Hayward was crying about money at the beginning of the year. Did we even notice that Cam Hayward played today? Like, did anybody notice if he played? Like, did they even say his name? Because I don't remember. I literally don't remember. And I mean, I know he was out there, but he didn't do anything. Like, it's everybody on the defense. It's everybody on the defense. Absolutely horrible. And we're going to stick with the defense for a while. And I know there's some things on the offense that we can talk about, but I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about other than in the first half, at least two of those, you should have scored touchdowns. You live in your damn fears, but we'll get to the offense. But damn it, this defense, it's horrible. The schematics of it, again, just all the basic stuff that the Steelers do is so embarrassing. And you're going to tell me that the Packers just didn't know where the Steelers were going to be? Like, the Packers didn't know, okay, if we do this, the Steelers are going to be right here. We're going to do the exact opposite. If we line up like this is what it's going to look like. We have two-hand touch defense, says Leonard Dodd. Honestly, Big B, the defense with the Killer Bees was better than this defense. A lot of big names, and they're trash. I don't know. I just know the defense is terrible. We can't stop anybody. They did a good enough job against the run, and then Love ate us alive. I will say this. I am willing to go this far and say, well, first off, we got a big super chat here by Grayson Brown. Thank you, Grayson, for supporting the channel, man. He said, these games remind me of how bad the coaching has become over the last 5 years. I'm at the point where I've seen this play out many times that I'm ready to not watch this anymore to save myself the energy. I'm good off of this. I mean, it like I said before, nothing changes unless you change it. Like, nothing's going to get better. It's not just going to get better. Mike Thomas said, I'm open to everything. Are you open to firing somebody? Are you open to that? Are you open to getting rid of somebody? Are you open to making trades? Like, what are you really open to? I would be interested to see what that is. I would be open to see what that is. Now, here's the thing that I would say. The team lost its composure. They lost its composure based on some calls by non-calls by the referees. Robert Knox said it for me here. Thanks for the super chat, Robert. He said, missed offsides derailed the team. No discipline. Only thing defense does is cost money and migraines. You're damn right about those migraines. But yes, the team lost its composure when a blatant offsides call didn't happen. The drive, I mean, it went from 3rd and 7. It could have been 3rd and 2. The Steelers could have run the football because the Steelers were running the football right down their throat. They don't get the call, and it goes off the rails. Then in that very drive, the next drive, the Packers are going down the field, but the Steelers stand up, and we blitz. We get an errant throw, offensive pass interference. They don't call it. Then Deshaun Elliott blows his knee out on the tackle. And let's not kid ourselves, people. Deshaun Elliott blew his knee out. He's not going to play again this year. So, and that was it. They lost their composure. They allowed those calls or those non-calls to affect what happened in the football game. DK Metcalf getting a penalty where the Steelers are trying some semblance of a comeback. Who knows if they're going to be able to, but they're trying. They're down 10, and you get a 15-yard personal foul penalty. It's 3rd and 2, and the Steelers are trying to mount a comeback. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Just stupid. Just stupid stuff like that. So, I get it, everybody. I mean, but the defense, man, I keep coming back to it. I keep coming back to the defense. Whoo! Ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. I don't know, man. I can't get over how bad the defense is. Steve with the super chat. Thank you, Steve, for supporting the channel, man. I appreciate you. This is ugly. It was just a disgusting display. And then in the second half, the old thing, same thing. The Steelers played a good first half. And guess what the Green Bay Packers actually did at halftime? Guess what they got together and did? They made some adjustments. Imagine that. A coaching staff and football players saying, you know what we're doing in this first half, it didn't work the way we wanted it to work. We're going to do something different in the second half, and we're going to see if that works. Guess who didn't make any of those adjustments? The freaking Pittsburgh Steelers. Jeez Louise. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Mason, thanks for supporting us. See, you were right on picking LaFleur over Tomlin. Yeah, everybody gave me grief about it too. Okay. I don't listen to nonsense. I was just like, hey man, who would you rather have coaching your football team right now? Matt LaFleur or Mike Tomlin? And I was right. And I usually don't pat myself on the back too much, but oh man, Jessica says they did adjust. They got worse. You may be right. You may be right. Though, so I don't know. All I know is something has to change. What's going on, Earhart? The consistent third down failures were insane. Yes. And besides that, here's the thing that drives me insane about the offense. The Packers have all the momentum. They're basically kicking the Steelers' ass at this point. But the score is still only 22-19. And you're like, you know what? We get the ball. Let's just settle down and let's run the football. Because you know what Green Bay couldn't do? They couldn't stop us from running the football. Do you think that the Steelers do that? Nope. We come out throwing. We give up a sack. Next thing you know, it's 3rd and 20. I was just like, can you just not run the ball? Jaylen Warren got 3 carries in the second half, people. Jaylen Warren, 3 carries in the second half. And look, I understand that Siamalu got hurt. I understand that you had to put Spencer Anderson in, and you lost some of your big personnel grouping in being able to block. But try it anyway. Jaylen Warren had 13 carries for 62 yards, 4.8 a carry. Gainwell, 5 for 31, 6.2. The Steelers had 93 yards rushing on 18 carries. They averaged 5.2 yards a carry. And it seemed that whenever the Steelers wanted to run the football, they could run it. And the Packers, they ran it right at Micah Parsons, and he couldn't do anything about it. Think we went back to that? Nope. And again, being down 3 points doesn't mean, we have to panic and start throwing the football all over the place. That's not what that means. And we didn't do that. Steel Bit with the super chat. 85 yards rushing the first half, finished with 93. You're damn right. It's inexcusable. Inexcusable. Thanks, Nicholas, for supporting the channel, man. We appreciate you. 1 North. Tomlin didn't have a plan after Big Ben. I'd rather deal with the rebuild than to be in purgatory. Hey, man, we can talk about that after the season. It doesn't really matter right now. We're in the season. We're still in first place. We got to talk about what we can do to try to get better. We can talk about Mike Tomlin and all that stuff after the season, man, and whether he had a plan or not. Fine. And if you guys are mad at me about that, let's deal with the right here and now. I said it last year. Hell, I said it when we started the channel. I thought it was a mistake that they gave him an extension. Okay? But I also live in reality. They're not firing the man. So we got to move past that and talk about what can we do. Maybe we can't do anything. Maybe we just can't do anything. I don't know. Tired of feeling this way. Need big changes. Steeler for life. Absolutely. Something has to change. Something. Herbig, our best defender, and he barely plays. I think I saw somewhere where Herbig played less snaps this week. I was on Twitter, and I think he only got 24 snaps this week, which is down 5 snaps from last week. Oh, man. What are we paying Jonnu Smith to do at this point? I do not know. I don't know. I was on record and said that we need to get rid of Pat Freiermuth for Jonnu Smith. I was wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong. Shit. I mean, if you can't admit when you're wrong, then you shouldn't do this. You know, none of us know everything to an exact science. I was wrong. Jonnu Smith, no. They don't need to get rid of Pat Freiermuth for Jonnu Smith. No, that would be a mistake. So that would be a mistake. So Boz deserves his bag. Hell, if I'm Boz, I might leave. You don't want to pay me, trade me. Get rid of me. Send me somewhere else. I'll go. Lord have mercy. Leonard Dodd, thank you, said the coaching is so inept, it's crazy. I believe the players are tired of playing this early 2000 brand of football. Everybody in the league is new and improved. We are so stuck in the past, just digging a deeper hole. I mean, that's it is what it is. It is what it is. You're right. But I don't see, I mean, unless we make big changes, I don't see how it's going to get any better. I don't see how. I mean, they're not going to fire all the players. I'm guessing not. So let me look at some stats here real quick for you. I got a couple of stats that I think that you guys are going to find very interesting. So TJ Watt made some tackles at the end of the game. He had 1 QB hit. Cam Hayward. Oh, excuse me. Connor Hayward had more tackles than his brother. I apologize. No, he didn't. Cam had, I was just kidding with you guys. Cam had 7 tackles. Again, those were at the end of the game. Peyton Wilson, 5 solo tackles. He had 9 total. Our main man, Patrick Queen, had 3 tackles, 1 solo. Patrick Queen probably doubled the amount of missed tackles that he actually had in the football game. I mean, again, the Steelers were pretty good against the run until the game was already over and we had given up. We were good against the run. But coverage, we just can't. We got no coverage, and were we even close to a sack? Like, were we close to a sack when it mattered? Because I don't even remember us even really being close. Nicholas with the super chat. No scheme/plan with TJ. Same rush from left side every time for $40 million. Yeah. So, undisciplined team. Undisciplined. And it seems they're not talented. Did you ever think we'd say that about this defense early in the season or at the beginning of the season? Like, it's one thing to say that the Steelers the scheme is bad, and it is horrendous. The scheme is atrocious. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But maybe the guys just aren't any good. Maybe Philadelphia got rid of a guy that was on their Super Bowl winning team because they realized he could no longer cover people anymore. And he's 34 years old. Maybe they realized that. I don't know. Just saying. Mr. Dodd says, go hire offensive coordinator that is creative, not this crap, because we can only win one way, and that ain't going to cut it. Fire Austin tonight. Again, here's the thing. I mean, Arthur Smith wasn't good in this football game because, again, he got away from the run when there was no reason to do that. But we can't put this game on Arthur Smith at all. We can't. I mean, like, this doesn't have anything to do with the offense. Now, don't get me wrong. You got to be able to score touchdowns and stop being so afraid when you get behind the sticks and it's 3rd and 13. Like, the Steelers can't complete a pass 13 yards down the field. Like, we always give up. We always give up when it's 3rd and 13. The Steelers always give up. Like, they never go for it. No matter where we are on the field, we never try to get a 3rd and 13. Never. Never, ever, ever. We take the check down. We take the easy route. And either we kick a field goal or we punt. It's never, hey, we're just going to drop back and throw this thing 16 yards down the field and see if we can get a first down. Steelers never do that. But I don't want to put this game on the offense. I don't want to do that because I think it's more than that. I think it's way more than that. The defense is just so pathetic. It is so pathetic that it can't stop anybody. And look, yes, Jordan Love is very good. He's very good. And they have a collection of receivers that are good. But if we're being honest, didn't this look worse than last week? I mean, we thought last week was bad because they kept throwing the ball to Jamar Chase. Didn't this look worse? To me, it looked worse. To me, because at least against the Bengals, it happened the entire football game. This was basically just the second half of them just kicking our ass. Jason says, Omar Khan better be calling teams for some trades immediately. The division is slipping away from us. The same old Steelers, once again, shameful. And it doesn't get any easier. I mean, we play the Colts next week. We play the Chargers the week after that. I mean, then we play the Bengals. I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know where to start. Like, it's like, where are you going to get better? The only way you're going to go get better is you have to make some changes. I mean, we have to make changes. And the first one, in my humble opinion, and I know maybe it doesn't really mean anything because I think he's a puppet, but you got to get Terrell Austin out of there. And at least lie to me. You know what I'm saying? Lie to me as a fan, as somebody that's a diehard Steelers fan. Go ahead and lie to me and fire Terrell Austin and act like he was the problem. At least you're telling me, you know what? Okay, maybe they care. Maybe they're trying. Maybe they got to do something. At least lie to me, okay? And do that. Lie to me. Fine. I'll be lied to. And then we'll figure it out from there. But if you won't even do that, if you won't even acknowledge that, where you're going to lie to me about it, I just don't know what else to do at that point. Mr. Dodd with the super chat. Appreciate you. Keep supporting the channel, man. We love you. Said Arthur Smith offense is not designed for long yardage situations. It's so easy to cover two receivers and play action every possession and predictable. I mean, play action would work. Play action's fine. But the Steelers don't throw the ball down the field. Arthur Smith used to throw the ball down the field all the time. Doesn't do that anymore. Now, part of that, can you protect? I get it. I mean, on the sack that Micah Parsons had today, he beat 3 guys. They chipped him. Then he went around Broderick Jones so fast, like Broderick couldn't even touch him. He just stepped outside, came inside. Broderick didn't even attempt to touch him. The guard couldn't get there in time because he's at least thinking Broderick's going to touch the man. He doesn't. And then he beat 3 people. He splits a double team and gets a sack. I mean, again, I'm not going to get into all the stuff that we can talk about in the future because the team is what it is right now. Like, we're not getting a better offensive line right now. It's not happening. We got to hope to God that Isaac Seumalo didn't tear a pec, because if he did, he's going to be out for the year. And the one thing that the Steelers had an advantage of was going big personnel and 12 personnel and putting an extra offensive lineman out there and being able to run the football. That's going to go away because you got to put Spencer Anderson in as your left guard. And I'm sorry, Jonnu Smith and Pat Freiermuth can't block like that. Now, maybe you use Ryan McCollum and you put him out there. I don't know. Steelers got to figure out something. But because they were able to run the football on the Packers at will. They were able to do it. I was excited about it. And then we went away from it. And I don't know why. And then we got beat up in the game. That's another thing. So we got beat up in the game. Deshaun Elliott out. Daniel Iguale out. And Isaac Seumalo, we got to hope and pray, man. But what I'm thinking, even if it's just a strain, he's going to be out a month. I mean, a pec strain is not something you just snap back from. And we got to hope that that's all that it is. Oh, man. Oh. I don't know. And I just live in realities. And right now, the reality is the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, it's one of the worst in the league, man. Was there anybody, let's just be honest. Was there anybody at the beginning of the year that would have said, this far into the season, the Pittsburgh Steelers have one of the worst defenses in the National Football League, and maybe one of the worst defenses that we've seen a Steelers defense have in our entire lifetime? I'm 49. I don't think there's anybody that had a sane mind would have told us that at the beginning of the year, that's what our defense would look like. It is so bad. It's so bad. It's so outdated. Teams come every single week, know exactly what we're going to do, when we're going to do it, and they just pick us apart. If they have a good enough personnel, they just pick us apart. Simple. I mean, go back to the Minnesota game. I mean, Carson Wentz. Y'all seen what Carson Wentz has looked like since he played against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's looked like the guy that doesn't deserve to be in the National Football League, like he wasn't. That's what Carson Wentz has looked like since he played the Steelers. But he threw for 350 damn yards against us. Jeez Louise. It's so bad. It's so bad. Earhart. Anyone ever heard one defensive player talk up Terrell Austin ever? No, I haven't. I haven't at all. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's ugly. It's ugly. But I mean, what are the changes? Jessica says, who can be the DC? Who is available that wouldn't be a puppet? Nobody right now. Nobody right now. So I don't know who is Tyrell Austin. No, not Tyrell Austin. Terrell Austin, not Tyrell. D gave up 30 points plus points in 4 of the last 6. Haven't done that since 2003, our last losing season. I mean, I don't know. People have been saying that, Mel. People have been saying we want a losing season. Let's just blow this thing up. Let's start over. People have been saying it. I don't know. I don't know. Keith Butler wasn't elite, but he wasn't scared to get after it. No, he wasn't. That's a good point, Mr. Dodd. Thanks for the super chat. Here's my thinking. I mean, the Steelers' scheme is just so bad and so outdated, and the players aren't good in it. But the players that we need to be good, our corners, our outside line, like, they're not any good. Like, they figured out what the Steelers are doing. Teams have just, okay, you know what? We know what the Steelers are going to do. We know what they're going to do. But I'll also say this. There was a man today that had 5 sacks in a football game. And myself and so many people have protected TJ Watt, saying, hey, they double team him. They take him out of games. The New England Patriots did that to Myles Garrett today. They said, no, Myles, we're not going to let you wreck the game. He wrecked it anyway. I love TJ Watt. Myles Garrett is better than him. At some point, you have to make your presence known in a football game. How many weeks in a row has this been that TJ's done nothing of significance? I don't care what they're doing to you. Like, how many weeks in a row has this been that he hasn't done anything of significance that we're like, what the hell's going on? So, I don't know. It's a good point, Todd. He looks cooked. He does, doesn't he? What do the young people all say? Washed. He looks washed. He does. I mean, I can't defend that. Like, what am I supposed to say about that? A man that was double teamed all game long has 5 sacks, and another man, you barely knew he played. I don't know. I hate to say it. I hate it. But, I mean, we're Steeler fans. We're usually honest people. I'm just tired of the nonsense. Nicholas, thanks for the super chat and supporting us, man. He says it's almost, or it is honestly, all on the defense tonight. Arthur was fine, yes. Less field goals, sure. But defense has underachieved, and there are no excuses. Here's the thing. It wasn't even the defense in the first half. It was the defense in the second half of this football game that was the problem. In the first half, the defense was fine. How many 3 and outs in a row did we get Green Bay in? We kept getting off the field. It was the second half where the Steelers made no adjustments. We just said, hey, we did good in the first half. They're going to keep doing the exact same thing, so we're going to keep doing the exact same thing. Well, that wasn't the case. They made adjustments. We didn't. They embarrassed us. And they basically allowed 2 non-penalties to ruin a football game. And I understand not calling that offsides penalty. I mean, that ruined a drive. I'm 100% with you. Not calling the obvious offensive pass interference on that big floater ball to the tight end where Deshaun Elliott blew his knee out. I totally understand. You got to call that. Because had that been a defender do the exact same thing, they would have called pass interference on the defender. They didn't do that. But you shouldn't allow that to wreck the entire football game. It's like we lost our entire composure after that. And maybe it's the heart of the defense got hurt, and that was it. So, I don't know. It just that seemed to deflate the team when Deshaun Elliott got hurt. It seemed to deflate the entire football team. And Jason, you may be 100% right. This is not a good football team if we're relying on an offsides call to impact our game. You probably said it best right there. If an offsides call that went against you is all it takes to get you off your game, then you're not a good football team. If that's all that it takes, then you're not a good football team. So, Big G says coaching malpractice. Big G has come around here lately. Big G didn't want to blame Tomlin for anything and blamed it mostly on the players. But he would be right because the players absolutely sucked tonight. But it was everybody. The players were awful. The plan, the lack of adjustments, the discipline, just no discipline. That's the part that was crazy. No discipline. Gee, we heard about DK Metcalf crashing out. We finally saw it. Steelers are trying to come back, and DK Metcalf sticks his hand in a face mask, then grabs a face mask. It's 3rd and 2. We're down 10, and we're trying to come back. Nope. 15-yard penalty. I'm like, you are an idiot. Like, what is wrong with you? I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Oh, man. The main man, Robert, said, I had a feeling we were cooked when we rely on Boz, keep kicking field goals. And Mike Tomlin said it. You got to cash in. But the problem is, again, we'd be moving the ball in the first half, and then we would get a penalty or a negative play from something, and then we wouldn't attack. It's like, it's 3rd and 13, man. You're telling me we have nothing in the playbook on 3rd and 13, and we're just going to keep relying on our kicker to kick 50-yard field goals? Come on. Do something. Do something. Mr. Dodd with the super chat said it used to take guys 2 years to even learn the defensive scheme. Now they've made this crap so vanilla. Dick LeBeau wouldn't let you touch the field if you didn't know what you were doing. Well, that's the whole problem. Guys know what they're doing. Like, guys aren't lost out there. Like, they don't know what – I mean, the problem is everybody that we're playing knows what we're doing. They know where we're going to be. They know how we're going to do it. They know exactly what the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing. And how we've relied and done things in the past is we relied on our guys just beating their guys versus scheming. Coaching matters in the National Football League, man. It matters. Justin Gall, thanks for the super chat. He said the momentum shifted so dramatically after one lucky play. Everyone played flat after that, players or coaching. I think that's coaching. If you can't galvanize, if your team is so mentally fragile that one play can throw everybody off their game, well, that's a mentally unstable football team, and that comes back to coaching. I know, I get it. No, I mean, we all don't want to blame Tomlin, but if your team is so mentally unstable that one play throws everybody off, come on. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's coaching. But I'll also say this, because I'm a proponent. Y'all know me. And for people that don't know me, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do, because this channel is for fans by fans, and we speak the truth. The only thing that I ever say is I live in the truth. They're not firing Mike Tomlin in 2025. So Save your breath. I see a bunch of fire Tomlin. Fire. That isn't happening. That's not going to happen. So, I mean, you can keep saying it because clearly you can do what you want. I can't make you do anything. I won't even want to do that. But that isn't going to happen. I would rather you waste your energy and your breath on something that actually might happen. That isn't. They're not going to do it. So to scream fire Mike Tomlin, and if I thought there was even an inkling of a chance that they would do that, I'd be right there with you. But there isn't. There isn't. And so they're not going to do it. So that's the only reason I don't get in there. That's the reason I don't jump in. I don't talk about it. I don't even dwell it during the season because I know for a 100% fact it isn't happening. It isn't going to happen because Art Rooney is who he is. So Mr. Dodd said, I respectfully disagree, Big B, because guys were running wide open tonight, even on a 2-point conversion. Okay, that still doesn't mean guys don't know what they're doing. The guys know what they're doing. They're just not good at it. They're just not very good at it. So, and there wasn't very many times when guys were running wide open. They were just open and guys were trailing. So, 2-point conversion, a mix-up in coverage, that happened. Okay. But it wasn't just guys, oh, man, he's like against Cincinnati where Jamar Chase, we're trying to end the game, and he's running twice. He's wide open within 15 yards. There's not a Steeler defender. Coaching and culture. Yeah. Coaching and culture. But like I said, it doesn't matter at this point, man. It doesn't matter what you think or what I think. None of that's going to change. Like I said, I'd rather you waste your energy on something else that might happen. Who knows? GK, we can't defend a slant. High school teams would dominate this pathetic defense. I mean, we can't defend a slant. We can't defend a slant. We give up too many. How many times do the Steelers in check down? We do a good job on first down. In second down, a team throws the ball. They throw a check down. We miss a tackle. Next thing you know, it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. I'm like, do we always have to give up 7 or 8 yards on second down? I'm like, damn. Can we just cover a back out of the backfield for once? Can we ever do that? Nope, we can't do it. We can't do it. It's just so demoralizing. So demoralizing. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Carl asked a question. He said, Big B, I was just with Big G in chat. Can you answer the same question I just asked him? What percentage chance do you give us winning our division? Ooh. Percentage for the Steelers to win the division as of today? I would give the Steelers a 20% chance. 20% chance because, look, who thinks that we're going to beat the Colts and the Chargers? So that's what's next. The Colts and the Chargers and then the Bengals. That's what we have next. You go to the Ravens. The Ravens have the Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets. That's who they play in the next 4 games. Where do you think they're going to be compared to where the Steelers are going to be? I give the Steelers a 20% chance, and that's being so generous. I mean, Lord have mercy. But that's where we are. That's where we're at. I'm so disappointed. I thought this would be a get-right game, that the Steelers would, and it started out that way. And I thought, you know what? They missed a field goal at the end of the half. We had an opportunity to double up. We scored a touchdown. I'm like, we're going to go down and score a touchdown. We're going to go 2 scores up. And we got an opportunity here. And we went directly into the tank. Into the tank. Justin with the super chat. He said, I know Tomlin will never break down who failed on each play or if we're just out schemed or how we're going to fix it. Don't the Vans deserve to know the specifics? Come to Steelers Almighty. We tell you the specifics. Justin, we break it down. We do an all 22 of the entire football game. If you're an all-pro member or higher, we tell you exactly where everything was. This is a channel for fans by fans, brother. So if you want to know, that's how you'll know. Because you're right. They won't tell you. They won't tell you. But I'll tell you. We'll tell you on this channel. Absolutely, for sure. I don't know. Like I said, if you've been here for a while or not, you become an all-pro member, you can see the all 22 of the entire football game. We'll tell you. Yeah, we don't hide it. Jason with the super chat. That DC from the Lions is way better than TA. And it's his first time being a DC. If we lose the division after going 4-1, things need to change now. I mean, if the Steelers lose, there's no other choice. If the Steelers lose the division, you have to get rid of the coach. But again, there's no reason to talk about that now. There's a long time to go before that. Long time to go. Long time to go. But you're right. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate you supporting the channel, brother. Ravens will have Lamar when we play them. 2 more losses. Whew. Yeah, beat the Colts. Yeah, I did. Have y'all seen how the Colts are playing? So, have y'all seen how the Colts are playing? Oh. Thank you, Noah. We appreciate you, man. We're doing our best. We're doing our best. So, we're doing our best. Y'all have the pre and the post game next week, but it's my 50th birthday, so I'll be out of town. So I won't have the watch party next week for the game. So I apologize for that. But we'll have the pre and the post game for you, though. You know, the post game will probably be, I would say, probably 2 hours after the game is over because I'll be flying during the game to get back home. But once I get landed, as soon as I get landed, we'll have the post game up and going. We will get it up and going. Alan, thank you for the super chat, man. We appreciate you, brother. Thanks for supporting the channel. Nicholas with the super chat says, what kills me, the reality is 25 points should be enough to win these kinds of games with the names on this defense. You're not lying. You're not lying. So 25 points should have been enough to win. Should have been enough to win. So there's just that. Mr. Dodd says, well, guess we'll get to see if Mike Tomlin runs to coaching or from coaching, as he likes to say. Yeah, because he does like the Tomlinisms. I don't run from coaching. Well, we'll see. We'll see. The one thing that you never hear Mike Tomlin say is, I need to be better. He does say that we all need to get better and, you know, with the Tomlinisms, the collective and, you know, with the division of labor and the collective and, you know, all that other Tomlinism nonsense that I've grown just stale to. You never hear him just say, we all got to get better and it starts with me. I got to get better. I got to be a better coach. Now, he doesn't throw people under the bus. He doesn't do that. But man, whew, I don't know. Like I said, I used to be a Mike Tomlin apologist about 10 years ago. About 5 years ago, I was a Mike Tomlin apologist. Then I changed. And I'm like, this dude, come on, man. I'm like, I know football. This guy, no. And then it got to the point to where I'm like, if the Steelers made a change, I'm not going to be that upset about it. Then it got to the point of they need to. And then I got to the point of they're never going to do it because Art Rooney II he really doesn't care. He really doesn't care. Steelers make a ton of money. That's what he's in it for. It is what it is. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. Hopefully they make some changes this week. Hopefully. Michelle, hey, what's going on? Said during the post-game interview, he admitted personnel and scheme failed. Yeah, I heard him say that. You're right. But he didn't say, I need to be better. He didn't. So, I don't know. It is what it is, man. I'm just disappointed. That's all. I'm just disappointed. I apologize, people. I'm just disappointed. I thought we'd be better. And it started off so good. I thought, yes, we got some momentum. We're beating them up. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So, we'll find out. We'll find out. Sooner or later, something's got to give. So, something's got to give. So, I thought this defense, and I said it, I guess I didn't think it. What I said was, if the Steelers, with the amount of money that they're spending on this defense, I'm not going to accept anything but top 5. Top 5 or better. With the amount of money that they're paying these guys, you got to be a top 5 defense. Never in my wildest dreams did I think this would be a bottom 5 defense. You could have told me, Brian, I'll give you $10 trillion for you to just say that. I wouldn't have said it because I'd have lost all credibility in the world. And I'm like, I'm not going to say it. And I would have just lost that on $10 trillion because this is a bottom 5 defense. My God, is it bad? It is so bad. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. And I know y'all are like, Big B, you're never speechless. I'm speechless, man. I just can't get over how bad they are. All of it. The scheme, the players, all of it is pathetic. Oh, all right, people. That's all I got for you tonight. I appreciate you. Hey, anybody in here who is not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the like button, but make sure you come and subscribe to the channel, man. We appreciate you. We do this after every game, 15 minutes after the game. We break it down. We also do a pregame show. I appreciate you. If you want to become a member, you know how to do that. The link will be in the chat to sign up to become a member. If you want to be at the all-pro level, you get the entire football game. I break it down for you. Hall of Fame members, we do a watch party for every game, except next week. Like I said, it's my 50th birthday next week. Are the Steelers going to just blow my 50th birthday? Are they going to piss me off on my 50th birthday next week? Yes, November 2nd is my birthday. They play on that day. Are the Steelers really, really just going to get the doors blown off of them? Oh, ugly. Steel Bit said, we are the Mets of the NFL. No, we're not the Mets. And trust me, I'm a Mets fan. I'm a diehard New York Mets fan. I have been my whole life. We're not the Mets. We're not there yet. Oh, well. It is what it is, people. I appreciate you. Do me a favor, man. The video, go outside when the video's over. Make sure you guys go and hit the like button. But more importantly, go leave a comment. I want as many people to possibly get to see this as possible, man. I'm just so sick Sick of this defense. I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. Just going to sleep. Tomorrow's got to be a better day. Thanks, Mr. Dodd. I appreciate you, man. Ugh. Yuck. Just yuck. I appreciate everybody, man. Thank you guys, and aloha.